Art is too important not to share. Welcome to the Allie and Callie Artcast.
Hi, I'm Allie.
And I'm Callie. Welcome to the Artcast.
Yes, welcome. And how are you?
I'm fine. Guess what?
What?
Allie, guess what? I just said that twice. Maddie gets married tomorrow.
Woo!
My daughter's getting married tomorrow, and we're surviving. Everything's going well, and I just can't wait till they're married, and this is the last wedding I have to be a part of.
That's right. And yes, we are thankful for those little things.
Yes, it's very stressful for everyone involved, but it's going to be beautiful.
Except for Stu.
Except for Stu. Yeah, because he's out of town.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay.
Anyway, and how are you?
Good. I am on my way to Virginia soon.
Yes.
For my sister's 60th birthday party.
She's just a baby.
She is just a baby.
Just a baby. Well, tell her.
In fact, we called her baby for the first 5 years of her life.
Oh,
baby.
Baby. Is this Sam?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's the only sister
the only sister I have.
I have 3. I have no brothers, so I don't know why. I thought you had more sisters.
Well, normally in our
brain.
family, we love big parties.
Yeah.
And we've had big parties for everybody. My brothers had a big party. I had a big party.
Right.
60's a big year.
It is a big year.
But Samantha doesn't want a big party.
Oh, good for her.
So I told her, well, I'm coming anyway, and we will play Bananagrams on your birthday.
Very nice.
That's what we're going to do.
And there's no surprise birthday party happening?
No surprise.
Oh, that's good.
My family is coming together the night before, and we're going to
behave.
Probably not behave, but it'll just be us, so it'll be no big deal.
Okay. Well, that'll be good. Well, happy birthday, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about where we are.
I am too. I had no idea there's a place called the NoLL.
The NoLL.
So what does it mean? North of Liberty Lake. Yes.
So it's the NoLL district.
Yeah.
And it's growing, kind of like Kendall Yards.
Yeah, it's beautiful. In fact, I believe it's being developed by the same man who developed Kendall Yards.
And which is probably why it looks like a little like
it's really pretty out here.
It is.
They've got a few restaurants, and they've got some yoga, some shops, and guess what they have coming up?
I'm so excited.
You say it so I don't mess it up.
Okay, because I know you'll mess it up. But I do want you to give your version of the name.
Okay, I will.
So Cinema Quattro is coming. And we have Jeremy Whittington here with us. And thank you for being here, Jeremy. We're so excited about this.
I'm so excited to be here with you and talk about it. Yeah.
He is the owner and proprietor of Cinema
Quattro.
That's what
I kept Callie calls it.
I kept saying
How
that.
about this?
Yes.
The Q.
The Q.
The Q.
I like
a little
that
easier.
because it's going to have a big Q on the building, and that's going to be what I call it.
That's
because
right.
I don't know why.
We got to simplify it a little bit, right?
Simplify it for the old lady here.
And the young kids.
And the young kids.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell us, what is this whole vision of yours? Because it's more than just a movie theater.
It is definitely more than movies. So Cinema Quattro is a 4-plex boutique cinema and bar cafe here in the River District of NoLL. And we will have 4 44-seat luxury cinemas with an attached cafe and bar, which will serve beer, local wines, local beers, and upscale mocktail elixirs as well. And what I'm calling upscale cinema fare. So it's kind of like handheld paninis, flatbreads, pretzel fondue, things like that to go along. Charcuterie boards to go with your wine. It's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very excited.
I feel like that's pretty trendy food right now anyway.
Well, let's hope so, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like my favorite kind of food.
I know, mine too.
Absolutely.
And we know that we set the trend.
Yes.
So. Absolutely, yes.
We are trendsetters.
Yeah.
So
and
we'll
speaking of the art scene, we'll have a gallery of changing artists every month that happen throughout the year, and we'll have featured artists in the actual cinemas, as well as some art pieces that are special to Cinema Quattro that stay throughout the year. So I'm trying to build a space where all different kind of arts and and artists can come together to not only show their art, but for the community to appreciate as well.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us, how did you get involved with Cinema Quattro?
Oh, good job.
I did.
You did it.
I did it all by myself.
Oh, my goodness.
So I, as you know, was the artistic director at Stage Left Theater from the end of 2019 to the end of 2024. And in mid-2024, I took a second job, which I was transitioning out of Stage Left and into Spokane Arts. I was their program director. That involved all of the signal box wraps that you see around town. That was me. That was my job, was that. And many other projects, actually. Lots of little projects here and there. But mainly we provided grant opportunities for artists. So I had the opportunity to meet a whole bunch of different kind of dancers, filmmakers, people, visual artists, performance artists, all sorts of people that, because I had been in theater so long, I hadn't really branched out and met many of these other types of artists. So it was such an awakening for me. During those first couple of months there, I got an email from Jim Frank, who runs Greenstone Properties, telling me that he was doing some development over here in Liberty Lake, and he wanted to get together for coffee and talk about a cinema idea that he had. So, of course, I love talking about art, and I thought, well, cinema's different, but I'll talk about anything. Sure. So we met for coffee and discussed his plans for cinema, and he asked me a couple questions, and I gave him some of my ideas. And the next month we met again, and he asked me some more in-depth questions about the layout of the cinema and what my ideas were for different things. And then by the third month, he let me know that he was building this for me to be the owner of, which was just,
it's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, I was speechless, like I am now. Wordless?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wordless.
Cinnamon. That's like me.
Exactly, right.
I'm wordless.
So it was a big shock, but I spent the following year working at Spokane Arts, finishing out my tenure there, and training the next person to take over for me, while Jim and I started all of these plans for this cinema project. I learned more about the film industry than I ever thought I would know, and now, since the building's been being built, we broke ground last October, 2025, I now know more about plumbing, electrical, and fire systems than I ever thought I would know.
The art of building a building.
Absolutely. Right. So the original opening date was October 20th, and now it's been pushed back just a little bit, as we all know. Now I know anyway.
Yeah.
Projects like this on this scale are often pushed back. So we're looking at the end of November, beginning of December for our opening date, for a grand opening.
Exciting.
It's very exciting.
I know we have a date.
They know that we have to be open for Avengers Doomsday and Dune 3. That was my stipulation. I'm like, as long as we can get those big blockbusters in that are going to be really neat to see with laser projectors and LEDs, then I'm going to be a happy man. So
that's nice.
Well, I think it's exciting the way that you're going to use it as a multi-purpose space.
Absolutely.
So it won't just be theater, because it's really hard to survive. You said something while we were taking a tour that a movie ticket only
for every $10 the
cinema only gets about $3.50.
About $3.50.
So it would be hard to survive on tickets alone.
Absolutely. Last October I took a tour of all these little boutique cinemas down the West Coast, from Bellingham down to Eugene, Oregon, and interviewed the owners and the managers to try to learn more about cinema operating. And they were all so helpful. And I will shout out to everyone here in Spokane too. The cinemas here in this area, from Hayden all the way to Airway Heights, have been so supportive.
Oh, that's great.
It is such a refreshing thing coming from live theater, where it can kind of feel like there's a competition sometimes, which I always hated. Hated that.
Same.
But the cinema industry, they know that they need all cinemas to survive for the movie industry to be impactful on our economy.
Sure.
So everyone's been super helpful, but the ones on the West Coast said, don't think of yourself as a movie theater, think of yourself as a popcorn producer that happens to show movies. Because that's where all the money's made.
Oh my goodness.
So if you've ever wondered why a drink is $9 and a popcorn is $12, that is why.
That is exactly it.
Yep,
it
that's
makes
why.
sense.
It does.
But I love that you're going to offer something that not all theaters have.
We are.
You're going to have one of my favorite desserts.
Oh.
We are. We'll have hand-scooped ice cream dipped in chocolate.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a wonderful experience.
Yeah. So, and you're going to have food also. What do you call it? Fair? The fair?
Upscale cinema fare.
Okay.
Yeah, so all of that food is prepared in our kitchen. Because of the way the building is built, we don't have fryers, we don't have hoods, things like that. So we're using Turbo Chef ovens like you would see in a Quiznos or a Subway. So we'll have pizzas and flatbreads, pressed paninis, handheld items, some really gourmet things that have been developed by a local chef here in town, David Blaine. He's been really helpful in helping me come up with some wonderful ideas about what you can do with what might seem like a limitation, but really ends up being a benefit for me. So yes, you can walk in, you can either order your ticket at home before you come, just like in any movie theater, or on your phone, on your app, and or you can buy a ticket at the concession stand when you come in, or at the kiosk. And you can also then order dinner right there from the concession stand and pick it up at the window on your way into the cinema. So.
And I love that you said you're getting recycled plate. What are the plates?
Compostable.
Compostable
right. So
plates.
all of our plates in the bar and in the theater will be served on palm leaf plant compostable plates. That's a mouthful.
Yeah,
I've learned to say it, but it took me a long time. But these are made out of leaves that were collected off the floor of the rainforest, so they're non-invasive completely. They're turned into this wood grain type material, so they're very sturdy, which is what I needed. But they're also really elegant. They look like wood grain plates that you're getting. So I needed something that worked both in the bar and in the theater, and this is what I came up with. So because they compost in 6 to 8 weeks, we'll be taking those plates and composting them. Just a half a mile down the street is the community farm, and they'll use this as compost for all of their plants, and they're going to provide me with herbs for my mocktails and flowers for my tables.
That's so great.
Very circular. Right?
Yeah, I love that.
The communities working together.
Absolutely. As low footprint as we can be.
Almost made me cry just for a second. I'm not going to cry yet.
I'll try harder.
Okay, I know. I'm not going to cry. And I also love that you have a separate entrance for just the DrinQ.
Absolutely.
So
right.
if you don't feel like watching a movie, or maybe they're sold out, you can still just come eat and have a cocktail or a
drink,
mocktail.
have a merry time, because there's also performance space at DrinQ at the bar.
And I love the use of the Q. So it's DrinQ, DRINQ.
That's right.
And SnaQ is SNAQ.
That's right.
It's just fun.
It is fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're calling the whole building the Q, and then it houses Cinema Quattro, SnaQ, and DrinQ.
Yeah.
And in the back, if you will, there's parking with the Q. I just snorted on the air for the first time.
I love it.
I mean, it's cheesy, but if you know me, that's kind of a little bit about who I am.
But that's fun.
And the Q is a beautiful letter for graphics. It really is. My degrees are all in graphic design, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And so the Q lent itself to a lot of variety of fun things to do with the actual letter Q. So.
Right.
So tell us a little bit more about the theater seating. So I know I don't quite understand the LED. So you've got the fourth theater. Tell us about the LED screen.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So theaters 1 through 3 are laser digital projectors. So you'll see those in a lot of AMCs, Regals, that kind of thing. And then the fourth cinema is a 23.5-foot LED screen. So it's called a direct view screen, whereas most projectors will be throwing light at a silver screen. They're silver in color, actually, and they're perforated, right, because there's speakers behind them, and then that light bounces back at your eyes. The LED screen, the light's actually coming directly at your eyes, just like your TV at home. So you get really, really deep contrasting blacks, vivid colors, and this particular screen is the first of its kind in the North Americas. It's called sound transparent technology. So behind this LED wall, portions of that screen are porous, so the speakers still live behind the screens just like in a normal cinema. So when an actor's speaking, it looks like the words are coming out of their mouth instead of coming in the sides of your ear, which I hate.
Right.
It's just takes you out of the moment, right?
Yeah.
So I'm really blessed to have this digital screen. What that also provides me is the opportunity to do live events, orchestra, dance, all sorts of different things in front of digital background. So that was when I came into this project, I told Jim, I love this, but I can't just run a movie house.
Right. It needs to be more.
It has to be more.
Yeah.
And my background is in live theater.
Right.
My background is in design. I wanted something that brings art into a movie house in a unique and special way. So we're going to be the first of its kind in this region. As a matter of fact, as soon as it was announced, we got calls from Sony, MGM, and Paramount all congratulating us because they're so excited that we're going to have this little gem of a theater up here.
Yeah.
So, very exciting stuff.
And you're going to actually have reclining seats.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Everybody gets their own armrest.
That's right. That's a biggie, right? You go to a movie theater and you don't mind sharing an arm with your spouse or your date or whatever, but sharing it with a stranger, either nobody uses it or one person overuses it.
Yes.
So that was the big concession that we wanted to make when we did the layout, is that every one of these recliners, luxury leather recliners, have 2 arms each, 2 cup holders, and a swivel table that comes in for your food, which can stay out if you're not using it. But you can take your dinner in, your wine, your beer, have a good old time.
I think that is brilliant.
What makes a school great? It's not the building, it's not the schedule, it's not even the curriculum. It's the people and how they treat one another. That's why conversations matter. Every day, podcasts bring people together through stories, ideas, and shared experiences. In many ways, that's the same work the Ovation Company does in schools. Since 2006, the Ovation Company has worked side by side with educators across North America, helping schools create positive climate and culture where kindness, empathy, and respect aren't just words, they're lived experiences. Through assemblies, workshops, staff development, keynotes, and student leadership programs, the Ovation Company is in schools every day, helping students and educators build stronger connections and healthier communities. Because a healthy environment is a productive environment. The Ovation Company, standing up for what is right and good. Visit ovationcompany.com for more information.
Need shirts, hats, signs, or stickers?
If you can dream it, Pyramid Printing can print it.
For over 25 years, Pyramid Printing has been a Coeur d'Alene favorite for screen printing, embroidery, banners, and more.
Big job, small job, no problem. Just give Eric a call and let the local pros take it from there.
Email info@pyramidprintingcda.com or call 208-664-0254 or visit pyramidprintingcda.com.
Pyramid Printing, printing made easy and done right. You were mentioning that you have 4 theaters, and 2 of them are going to be designated at any given time to blockbusters. But what are you planning for the other 2?
So I'm not dedicating an actual cinema to any specific genre of movie. About 50% of the movies that we're showing are going to be new releases, blockbusters.
That's what I meant.
And then the other 50% of the time, we're going to be doing independent films, foreign films, documentaries, art house films, flashback to the 80s, and also local films. I happen to have met a lot of local filmmakers.
Yeah.
And there's a plethora of local film happening here in the Spokane region. And it's growing exponentially.
Yeah,
so
that'll be
We're giving
fun.
them a place. Yeah, we're giving
That's
them
great.
a place.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And are you going to be open every day? Or are you
We'll be open every day.
Okay.
Yep, we'll open at 11 o'clock and start our matinees and go until, I think the last movie, if I'm scheduling correctly, is going to be about 9:30 and end at 11. Yeah.
Perfect.
So you've got the art in not only the theaters, but the lobby.
The lobby.
Sure, right.
And
In the bar and cafe, we have local artists that change out monthly, and then in each of the cinemas, we also have local artists' work that I'm licensing, and it's getting blown up giant size, and it's going to be covering one wall in each of the cinemas.
That'll be
That's what
fun.
I love, that you're still continuing your love of art. I mean, this is another form of art, but then having your still love of the arts.
Yeah.
Bringing it
and
back.
you're going to have a monthly little reception for the new exhibit.
That's right. We'll have artist receptions every month, and then we'll be selling prints of all the artists that are there that year, and each of the 4 artists that are in the cinemas. In the concession stand, you'll be able to buy more affordable prints of any of the artwork that you see that's happening in the queue as well.
Right. Unless you have a lot of money and you see something that's an original.
Please
and you
buy
say,
original artwork from local artists. Yes,
that, right?
absolutely.
We love that.
For sure.
Yeah.
So how do you get the films?
Yes.
Because this is way out of our...
Yeah.
It was out of my league too. I had no idea what I was doing. So last February of 2024, 5. Last year was 2025.
Right.
We went down to CinemaCon in Vegas, which is the largest North America gathering of all cinema people, directors, producers, and cinemas, right? So this is where you meet people to find out who you're buying your seats from or where you're buying your screen and things like that. So one of the people that I met was Dave Saunders. He's my movie buyer. You don't have to have a movie buyer. I could reach out to all of the studio executives myself and say, I'd really like to show Avengers on these dates, and they would make a deal with me. But David's been in the industry for 40 years, and he used to work for Sony. And so he has all of these connections that I don't have. And everyone loves him, including myself.
Oh, good.
So he's able to get me any of the movies that I want from any of the distributors. And what he does is he makes that contract for me with them. He will send me a list. I have a list of all the movies that are coming out until next March right now.
Oh, wow.
In tiny fine print with all the dates, all the different studios. And he'll send me the ones that he thinks will do well at my cinema. And I send him back a list of like, I don't like that one though. he says,
not what I like.
He says there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to want to play something that I didn't suggest, and I will tell you how much money you'll make on it. Because that's my job, is to tell you this is the percentage that you're going to make on this film, and this is probably the ticket sales that you're going to do. He's very keen on knowing that ahead of time.
That's good.
Yep. And I'm a risk taker. I'm going to take some risks with some films that other cinemas might not try, you know? The great part is that David is also so connected with these cinemas that there will be movies that I'll be able to get that other cinemas in the region can't get.
Wow.
And I'll be able to get some earlier than other cinemas.
Oh,
which is pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, definitely. And then with the local films, so I'm connected with a lot of local filmmakers here in town. I just contract individually with them. David sends them my contract, and they send it back to him, and we're done.
That's great.
That's great.
Wow.
It's kind of a Jenga game with 4 cinemas is kind of nice because I don't have 24 cinemas.
Right.
And I don't only have one. So it's kind of a Jenga game because a lot of studios require that you play only their film during the day or during that time period. So once I start Dune, I have to show it for 3 weeks, and I have to show it 3 times a day. Now I can move it from one cinema to the next, which allows me a little bit of play in terms of what's in the LED room at any given time.
Yeah.
But I must show only that movie in that cinema during that day.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called a clean screen, which I didn't know about. So now it becomes a little bit of a Jenga puzzle. I look at 4 cinemas. I'm showing 6 different movies this week. And how do they all align? If this one runs for 3 weeks, this one only runs for 1 week, this one runs for 2 weeks.
Oh, man.
It's fun.
Wow. Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
I can see the grid on your wall.
It's a grid, on the wall. It actually is, yeah.
So how many people do you think you'll employ? So you'll have a bartender and some
We
ushers,
will. My best friend Heather is my bar manager.
Oh, nice.
Yep, she's like my sister. My husband and I got married up on her parents' property. I call him Pops. Yeah, so she's my bar manager. I have 2 other ladies who are going to be assistant managers for me. I dare not speak their name just yet.
Yeah, don't.
But they're wonderful human beings that everyone loves, which is great.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably have a staff of around 20 part-time employees.
Yeah.
All of us are part-time except me, really.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Right.
I'm 65, 80 hours a week.
Right.
But I think everyone has to be 19 because all of them are required to be able to serve beer and wine.
Right.
So I think I have to have 19-year-olds. We're
Right.
looking into finding out whether I can do that in concessions, but still, they also have to ring up beer and wine potentially. So
Right.
Yeah.
But about 20 people is what we're looking
that's
at.
Yeah, that's great.
Nice little small family
Wow.
of empowered employees. You know, when I ran Cyrus O'Leary's and Tomato Street in Coeur d'Alene, one of the biggest things that I always like to impart on my employees is, look, this is your place. You know, if somebody comes to you with an issue, you don't ever have to say, let me check with my manager.
Yeah.
You make the call. You will
Figure it
never
out.
get in trouble. You will
Right.
never get in trouble.
That's the way it
You
should
know,
be.
we might talk afterwards about maybe some better ways that
Better
could have been
choice.
done.
Yeah.
But you are Cinema Q. So
Yeah.
make the call, and I'm going to support you in that.
Can't wait for the t-shirt.
Nice. I know, right?
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, we heard about how excited you are about the LED screen and the potential. What are your big dreams? What is something that you envision happening that is super exciting?
So when I saw Mean Girls come through and play at the INB Center downtown, their entire back wall was an LED screen. And when they walked into the mall, the guys pushed an escalator up against the wall, and out of the ground popped this digital boom, 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 2-story mall. And it was so realistic. And I thought, that is the wave of the future if you have a limited budget or limited space. So like the Sphere in Las Vegas, that whole digital experience where you're engulfed in this environment, right? So the first live events that I have scheduled are with Nike Amaru. A lot of people know her as a local director and actor. She's bringing a Shakespeare chamber group to the space January 1, 2, and 3, and February 12, 13, and 14. And she's doing 45-minute Shakespeare readings of sonnets, plays, excerpts from Shakespeare with these 4 incredible Shakespearean actors.
I want to see that.
And you'll have dinner and wine during that experience. So it's that kind of vibe that I'm going for. I've also got a chamber quartet coming to play live music in front of silent films.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that great?
Wow, that gives me
local
chills.
composers whose names you will know, but I cannot reveal yet.
Right?
Awesome.
Yeah, there's going to be some wonderful live interactive experiences that you can have in this LED room that you just can't have anywhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, plus the poetry slams and jazz musicians that are happening in the bar all the time. Every weekend there's going to be something to do in every nook and corner of this space.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're just curating this huge new building full of creative people. How fun!
Right.
How fun is that?
It's so much better than everything else.
It's been a blast. It really has.
What a treat!
Well, you can tell that you're super excited about it.
I am. I definitely am.
There's only one problem that I see with this whole scenario.
Tell me.
Yeah.
I see me going in and having a lovely dinner in a reclining chair with a great glass of wine, listening to good music and falling slam ass to sleep, and having you guys try to get me out of there.
I'll be like, no recliners for her. I love a recliner. No, it'll be great. I can't.
Aside from the recliners, each of the spaces also have 2 large ADA spaces for wheelchairs.
It's great.
Yeah, they're really large, so we can fit large wheelchair spaces in. And the partner seat, the companion seat next to them, each have removable arms that just push right out of the way in case you're taking care of the person in the wheelchair.
Yeah, that's great.
You've thought of everything.
I know. I feel like you've thought of everything.
Oh gosh, let's knock on wood because I'm sure I'm forgetting a ton of stuff.
And you have trays, so you can eat in there, and you've got everything. I mean, this brochure has everything. You can see the vision. It's going to be amazing.
So you are doing progress reports a little bit on your website.
Facebook, TikTok, and on the website.
So
that's right.
What is your website and your handle for?
Yeah, so cinemaquattro.com. Quattro is with 2 T's. We are Cinema Quattro on TikTok and on Instagram. And on Facebook. So it's easy to find. Yeah,
that's
Cinema
easy.
Quattro
Cinema
with 2
Quattro.
T's. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
If you look up Next Big Thing, we're popping up all over the place. So you can find us that way as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next Big Thing.
Next Big Thing.
That's awesome.
And if you go to our website, if you scroll to the bottom, you can sign up for our newsletter. So you'll get all the updates in your email box.
Oh, perfect.
That's a great idea.
The newsletters start mid-August. So you haven't missed anything yet.
Okay.
Mid-August, you're going to get some updates, and you'll be able to start reserving spaces before anyone else.
I like that.
There are perks to membership for sure. Definitely.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and if you want to come and bring, 43 of your good friends and rent out the space, we'll do birthday parties. We've already got the Kentucky Derby scheduled with some ladies at Tutina coming over. They make all their own giant hats, and they're coming to watch the Kentucky Derby in the LED room. How cool is that?
That is super cool.
Fun.
Yeah.
We also have, I forgot to mention this, but in the walls, I put data ports in the walls of the LED room so that we can do gaming competitions.
Oh my God.
We can hook up, hook up these gaming systems. And what we're hoping is to become a regional step on your way to compete at nationals if you're a gamer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're working with a few different...
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a thing. It's a big thing.
Wow.
It's huge.
Yep.
Huge.
But Super Bowl parties, we can do that. If you want to watch Game of Thrones with you and all your friends, and we'll rent out the theater for the day, and we can just run the whole season.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That is amazing.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I can tell you, I cannot wait.
I know. Are there any sponsors that you would love to shout out to, or anybody who's done extra special things for you to get going?
Well, you too. Thank you. A big shout out to Greenstone Properties.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been a dream come true. It took a couple months of me to get my head straight and figure out that, oh my gosh, this is happening.
This is real.
Yep.
And you don't get that kind of opportunity very often in life. So any advice that I have to people listening, when an opportunity presents itself, if it's possible, say yes.
Yeah.
Because if you walk through that door, even though it's scary and it's unknown, on the other side of that door is 3 other doors that you just didn't know are going to be there, right?
Yeah.
And that has been true my entire career, honestly.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
And a big shout out to Coca-Cola. I have to say, Swire Coca-Cola is our supplier for beverages.
Okay.
And they have supplied me with banners, coming soon banners, hiring now banners that haven't gone up yet. They've supplied my ice bins, my bar mats, everything that I need for the bar, Coca-Cola has supplied, which has been wonderful.
I love a good Coke. A good Coke on ice, like the shaved ice. Yum,
Yeah.
yum. Well, this is exciting.
Yeah, so you're going to have parties, right?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Pretty much every weekend will be a party.
But
But the
opening parties. Oh, sure. Yeah, let's do something big. Let's do that. So we'll have 3 or 4 grand opening parties. The first one is for studio executives because they want to come and check out the LED screen. They want to see what they can get into, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So that I'm going to have to dress up for and probably not talk. But the next one after that will be friends and family, which you all are definitely invited to.
Oh, yeah.
And that will be where you have a card where you have to check off everything that we did wrong. Because I need people to tell me what we need in advance, what we need to, this could have been better. And I need people that are going to be honest with me. And my friends are pretty honest people. They really are.
Like an alarm in the chair.
That's
that says,
right.
the movie's over, get up.
Yeah. Allie. It'll be Allie, get up. Yeah.
Yep. And then our third grand opening will be specifically for the NoLL River District employees.
Nice.
I'm having just everyone that works in this area gets to come and watch movies and have dinner on us.
Super.
So yeah, I think that's important because what Jim and Greenstone have built in Kendall Yards is this sense of walkable community, and I love that. I just love that. Everyone I've met here so far, from Tamale Box to Three Ninjas Noodles to NoLL Coffee, everyone has been just so spectacularly supportive, and they all are a community already.
Yeah.
It's small, but it's growing.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to be a part of that. And then we'll have a grand opening for everyone else listening.
Right.
So if you're not my friend and you don't work here, you got to wait a little bit longer.
You're in the Quattro.
You're in the Quattro party.
Right.
It'll be just as fun, I promise. I'm not going to dress up as much, though.
Wow.
That is so great.
Well, if you haven't been out and about in Liberty Lake is definitely growing. Take the Liberty Lake exit going west, and you get to the roundabout, just take a right, and then take a left at the light, and you'll be in the NoLL.
Exit 296.
There you
Exit
go.
296. Yep, head north, and the address is 21790 East Indiana Avenue, right across from Three Ninjas Noodles and NoLL Coffee.
And when they're done, you won't be able to miss it because there'll be a giant queue.
There will be a giant light-up queue on the building. You won't miss it.
There's even a place to park your golf cart.
That's right. We have golf cart parking.
I love that.
Oh, we could drive your golf cart out here. That's a long drive.
It's a long drive.
You have to take the back roads.
We might get in trouble, but we could trailer it. And
we'll trailer it, and then we'll just
it'd just be fun.
That would be fun.
Well, this is exciting.
I know this
we cannot wait.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be on here.
What a great project, and what a great thing for the community. And I'm sure everyone is tickled pink that you guys are going to be here
I hope
forever.
So. Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
We need this place. We need more theater. We need more community theater, but theater that has movies that are not always shown. Another place, because it's great that you'll do both, because we know we have to do both, and we like some of those big blockbusters.
I know, right?
Yeah. It's not that we don't like them.
But to have a place that you can hang out, even if you're not going to see the movie, you want to listen to some good music or see some good art on the wall.
And in the warmer months, we'll have seating out front of the bar. A bunch of tables out front.
So. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me. I was so excited when you called.
Yay! This is going to be so fun.
Yeah.
So don't forget.
Yes, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, or share the Allie and Callie Artcast at
AllieCallieArtcast.com.
because we aren't going anywhere.
No, we're still here.
We are still
Good
here.
times, bad times, I've seen them all, but my dear, we're still here. Anyway.
Who said that?
It's a song.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
I'm Allie.
and I'm Callie, and whatever you do today, make sure it's creative.
The Allie and Callie Artcast is sponsored in part by Scraps Barbecue, a locally owned catering company, the Ovation Company, getting back to basics of shared learning and human connection, and Pyramid Printing, a Coeur d'Alene favorite for over 2 decades.